Hello and welcome to Scrapping on the Fly. My name is Kristen and I'm here with the next Scraplift Crafternoon. And today's lift is from Scrap Paper UK, which is on Instagram. And I found this and fell in love. I thought this was so much fun and so cool. I love her color pattern. I will have to hijack using that color pattern in the future. But the tickets that I had were in this Simple Stories, Good Times collection or Family Fun collection, and so I am going with the blue colors, but I love her color pattern and her layout, so I will probably do, if I don't completely scrap lift it again, I will be hijacking that color blend because it's so gorgeous. So anyway, this is what I'm using. I've pulled out some ephemera. I will not use as much as I thought because I wanted to use up the stickers. But I'm going to use this prized ribbon ink pad. And then I have Blueprint, Sketch, and Stormy Sky splattery bits. And then, of course, I have a 12 by 12 cardstock in white. So I have my papers. I have lots of ephemera and bits and pieces, my inks, my picture, and this awesome layout. So let's see how this goes. So first things first, I'm going to start out with my ink pad, and I pulled out a stamp. It came from a Bo Bunny collection or a stamp set, and it's just like a distress pattern, and so it's Terrific Texture Stamp is what it's from. And I just thought it would help me get a bit of a pattern in there instead of just taking my ink pad and smishing it around or using a paintbrush. I love the idea of using the stamp. And this is the prize ribbon Distress Oxide. And so I am going to smush that in here, there, and the other kind of all over, wanting to kind of come down at a semi point. I keep pulling my picture back in to see. I want to make sure that it is fully encompassed by this splatter. So I'm going to pull it in again here and see. I still want to add a little more. So hers is a much smaller area she takes up, but she's got 4 small pictures that she kind of overlays a little. And I almost printed pictures in a smaller sense to do that, but changed my mind, decided just to do the one because I have this picture that was ready to be documented, and it is movie night, so it was going to fit my themed paper and everything. So I went ahead and switched out her 4 for my 1. And what I did right there was I'm taking my Tim Holtz little mini mister and spraying after I squish that prize ribbon onto my stamp so that it gives me a stamped out look with that distress. And then I add a little bit of water, and then I tap out some of the Blueprint Sketch and then a little bit of the Stormy Sky, just for a little bit of a difference in shade. So I set that aside to let it dry, and I'm going to fussy cut some of these tickets. And I'm just making sure this is cutting in the right place. So I was going to use all 4 of these full pieces here, but didn't think I would need them all. So I decided I would not use that lime green, and I'm just going to use the blue, the aqua, and then she has that really awesome pop of orange. Now let me say, orange is not my favorite color, and I would never have matched it with a aqua teal color, but it is gorgeous on her layout, so obviously I was wrong. But I am using the blue, the like aqua teal color, and then the pop of yellow because it goes with kind of the concept of my picture. Plus teal and aqua are my favorite colors, as well as my best friend's, who is in this picture with me and my son, and we were having a movie night at our apartment watching Wakanda Forever. So we put the TV in the background so you can see what movie we're watching. And I bought these little popcorn things when we first moved into our apartment because I figured we'd have lots of game and movie nights. And so we are using our little popcorn buckets. Later, my son exchanged the little one for the big one. Yeah, he did. So she has like these little dotted lines in different places on her layout. And I think that's really cool, but I didn't have something like that. And I could have done it with just a pen, but chose to just grab this little circular stamp out of that same Bow Bunny collection and just push that in a bunch of different places. And originally I started looking to see where hers is. That's why I keep going up to the top part of the screen to move and zoom in on the layout that's on my iPad in front of me. But then I just kind of put it in all the different places to where some of it's getting tucked in. A lot of it's going to get covered with the tickets, but I'm okay with that. So I get that down, and then I'm going to start placing why do I keep calling them stamps? The tickets to where they're going to come right underneath the picture, and then I'm going to go from there because I'm just kind of gauging what she did. Now hers look like they're still attached and that they're folded and kind of coming up and down in a 3D fashion, and I did not do that. I am going to make one 3D at some point, but for the most part, they are all just kind of layered on top of each other. And I didn't want it to be a full pattern, but since I'm only using 3 colors, I wanted to kind of tuck that yellow in randomly and not be in there as much as the blue and the aqua. It's just kind of like that extra little color. And so it is all over the page because that was what I wanted, but it's not as much as the blue and the aqua color. So I am going to just lay those down and then put the picture on so I know where I'm going from there. And then I'm going to start tucking them in and overlaying them up here at the top. And then, sorry, my son just standing in my doorway. Kind of creepy. So after I get most of the tickets down, I pull out my Bramble Fox. Originally, I was going to use a title from my collection, but in this, it looks like she's used something, either, if it's not from Bramble Fox, it's something similar too, and it's a perspective. And so I pulled out this one that says Authentic, and then I also pulled out 2 little ticket-shaped things. One says Love You Always, and the other says Make a Wish, and I'm going to add those to my layout. One over here on the right, and then one down on, or no, one above the picture on the top left. So, and then I'm just taking the extra little tickets and kind of finishing them out. I don't want it to be fully encompassed. I want to have some space where you can see the ink coming out from the picture, but I did want to use up the ones that I had cut. So I get those on there. When I put down the stencil, the loop-de-loo with the T and the H, I make sure is fully covered in, filling in with the yellow ticket behind it, because I hate having like partial ink and partial, something underneath it. I want it to be fully encompassed under there. And if that doesn't make any sense to you, it's because my brain is crazy. I am super excited to be creating this layout and in the scrappy mood that I'm in, because I have been so overwhelmed with work and a lot of things going on in my personal life that it has been really hard to focus and function in my scrappy life. But I love to scrapbook, and so it makes my heart hurt when I don't feel it. And so I am just very grateful that the end of my crazy work schedule is done, hopefully, and now I can start letting my brain de-stress in the evenings instead of thinking about work all night. So while I was yammering, I added a little perspective with the heart right there at the bottom right corner of the picture. And then I'm going to start decorating with the stickers. Now, this is when I originally, like I said, pulled out some of the ephemera bits from my little kit. But I wanted to use up the stickers because they lose their stick a whole lot quicker. And it's kind of easier to put the loose embellishments in like an envelope or a bag or something like that to store them. And so now I can get the big sticker sheets out of my collection when they're all gone. So I decided to use like the Twizzlers, the little Coke cup, the popcorn, and that little movie reel or the movie clacker with the reel. And then I have some words as well. So I'm going to start getting those in here. And I did think about using some of the ephemera, but I think the only one I use is the mini mints, which is like Junior Mints, which is my favorite. Between that, Raisinets, and Reese Pieces, those are my absolute favorite to have with my popcorn. Reese Pieces being my absolute favorite, but those weren't in here. And I wouldn't have had them this night because my bestie is allergic to peanuts, and so I would not have had those with our popcorn. So I just tuck in this little Coca-Cola up here, and I'm going to put the movie thing here. I am going to come in a second and take that popcorn and tuck it behind there as well, because you don't necessarily have to see the whole thing or where it says popcorn, because obviously you know what we're eating. And then down there at the bottom, I put that ticket down underneath the word authentic, and the original layout has it kind of up on the word. And so I decided to take another partial ticket that's in that same color, put it up on some foam tape, and then I put it on top, so it's kind of right on top of there and covers a little bit of the word at the bottom, so it looks more like what she had on her layout. And then I put a couple word phrases down there, one that says favorite munchies and one that says movies, very similar to the way she has hers, except mine is tilted one way and hers is tilted the other. And then decided I was going to finish it out with a couple of these enamel dots, mostly because I have red in those three clusters, but no red up at the top, so I added a little red enamel dot at the very top. And then I have that mini mints and the word that says, the thing that says it's showtime. So I added a limey green colored enamel dot on the bottom to just bring the colors all around. See, I would have never thought to put orange with teal and pink. Not at all. I just love that. It's gorgeous. And I know that date up there says 4/23. We ended up moving dates back one more day. So 4/30 is when this is going to go up. So I hope that you all will go and check out the original layouts. So cool. And check out her Instagram. That information will be linked below in the description box, as well as the amazing ladies that I scrap lift with. They will be listed below. There's going to be a playlist for you, and you can hop along and watch how all of us take this awesome layout and make it our own. I am super excited to see what all the ladies are doing. We do have a new friend, Karen, who is hopping along with us. So I'm super excited to start watching all of that. So I hope you all have a fantastic day and happy scrapping.